Hey guys, okay, so today we are going to be making graduation fans. So I'm going to be showing you my way of making the graduation fans, and I'm going to be showing you guys how I actually messed up also. So I didn't edit that out because I wanted you guys to see the transparency of making these and what could go wrong and how to avoid certain things. So I went ahead and left it in there because I'm not embarrassed of the mistakes that I made. But anyway, like I said, these are the graduation fans that I have started to make. I have them listed on my website, and I put them up there about, I don't know, maybe a week ago, and I've just been getting back-to-back sales. So it's not too late. I keep trying to tell people it's not too late to start making graduation stuff, especially if you're a fast learner and you watch YouTube videos. June is like right around the corner, so you still have like a week just to learn a couple of smaller things maybe and go from there. I mean, people are still ordering from me, so I'm just basing it off of that. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this video. I will not be showing how I edit it on Canva. This is basically just how I piece it all together, so that way you can see how I achieve the whole offset with the glitter. So this is a glitter cardstock, so you'll actually see that also. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into this video. Okay, you guys, so I already have my my picture already ready to go. So I'm just gonna show you guys how I actually put together these graduation fans. I did them two different ways, and I figured that this way was the best way for me because it comes out a little bit heavier, and I feel like it holds up a little bit more, so that way I don't get any complaints, as this is my first time making these. So I'm gonna start with just printing out my actual picture, and then we're gonna move on to putting it on the cardstock and everything. Now, the first way I was doing it, I was just using printable vinyl, and then I was doing the self-laminating sheets. I was using that until I just got a little tired with that, and I was like, you know what, let me just get some glossy printable vinyl, and I will have that in the description. I got that off of Amazon. I haven't used it yet, so this is my first time using it, so you guys are going to see as well as me how good it is. The only reason why I'm kind of a little iffy about it right now, because I'm like, dang, maybe I need that laminating sheet on there just in case, like, you know, something gets on it. So I might be using the laminating sheets anyway on top of the glossy printable vinyl. I don't know. That's just me. So I just feel like it's going to smear or something. So like I said, this is my first time using that. So, all right. So the first thing you want to do is come into Silhouette or wherever you're going to do your printing cut, and make sure this is the right size. Now, this is clearly going to be just a little bit too big, only because, or actually, no, it's not, because my cardstock is going to be cut out on the 12 by 12. So, answer my own question. So now, so what we're going to do is we are going to create the cardstock, the outlines. So the offset. So how I do that is I make sure this is sized correctly for me to be able to actually do a print and cut, and this is within the margins, just barely. So I just make sure that it's actually in the margins, and I make sure that I'm leaving just enough room for me to do my offset also, because you do need room for that. So I am going to move this down just a little bit more. Depending on how I make these, usually I can make them at least 7.5 by like 9. But this one's going to have to go down to at least 6.7 by 8. Because I got to get that offset on here. And I want to make sure it cuts. So what I do is I go ahead and I create the white offset on this, because I want it on my printable vinyl. It just makes it a little bit easier for me. So that way when I stick it on the white cardstock, it doesn't matter if it's lined up or not, because you have white around the photo anyway. Another reason why I put an offset on this one before I start to cut is because I don't like it trying to cut out these holes right here. That, and then right here, and then right here. I don't like all that because I feel like it leaves room for error, and then it'll start cutting through the letters, and then the offset doesn't look perfect. So what I do is I'm going to create an offset here. So we are going to go here and create an offset. I'm going to make it just a little bit smaller, only because I'm going to make another offset behind this, and you'll see what I mean. So we're going to take this down a notch, move this over, and then I need this to be white because I can't see. I'm already wearing glasses. Okay, so now what I want to do is, like I said, I don't like it cutting out this stuff. So I just wanted to cut around the whole picture. So I'm going to go in here, right click, and then I'm going to go down to release compound path. And then that's going to allow me to take that stuff out. So did it already come out? Oh, there it is. I'm like, where did it go? So it took out those little pieces for me. And so now I can go ahead and bring this back over and then highlight both of them, right click and group it. And now this is one whole cutout. And what I mean by that is, even though you can't see it here, once I send this to the printer, you're just going to hit cut the edge, and it's just going to cut around. You see what I mean? Where the red is, it's going to cut around it. I cannot stand when it cuts in between these letters. So we're going to go back over here, bring this back over, and now we're going to get, we're going to do another offset. So I'm going to come over here, make another offset, and I'm just going to make this one slightly big, slightly smaller. I'm sorry. So we don't need this too far off from the one we just made. So this one's going to be a bit smaller, and you'll see why. Move this over, and I'm going to make this white. And so you see how it's not like too much of an offset. It still looks okay. And I do that because this part right here is going to be the printable vinyl that we're going to stick on this cardstock, this white cardstock. Now, mine has the glitter background of an offset, and I use the glitter cardstock also. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put this back over here, create another offset. So highlight both of them, create another offset, and then we're just going to make it slightly bigger, or as big as you want your offset. This is personal preference, okay? So I'm going to put it there. I'm going to move this over, and I'm going to turn this one black because that's the color of my cardstock, and I don't want to get mixed up on which ones is which. So now, as you can see, we have our three pieces. So this is going to be printable vinyl. This is going to be a piece of white cardstock, and this is going to be a piece of black cardstock. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and print and cut these, and then I'm going to show you how I piece them together. Another thing that I did want to mention, the reason why I went ahead and put that white around before I start cutting so it doesn't cut in between here. Like I was saying, it leaves room for error. So at least with this, when you already have the background on there, the white background on there, even if this did not cut correctly and smoothly like it's supposed to, because I know it gets off track sometimes, you won't even be able to tell. That's another reason why I do that. So you won't be able to tell any inconsistencies it has throughout the pictures. So like I said, I'll be back. Okay, you guys, so now I have everything cut out and ready to go. So as I stated earlier, we have the glitter cardstock, we have our white cardstock, and then we have our printable vinyl, glossy printable vinyl that we have cut out. And I went ahead and while I was cutting all that stuff, I went ahead and spray painted my sticks for my customer because that's what he wanted. And then I have my glue sticks ready to go and my heat gun. I probably need to upgrade this because this little thing, this look cheap. I don't even know where I got this. But anyways, okay, so how I put these together are super easy. And I learned the hard way, but I'm glad I learned with somebody I know. So I made these for my little boo-boo, my little niece. So I've learned that putting the sticks in between the cardstock and the printable vinyl is the best way to do it, and it makes it sturdy. So what I mean by that is you don't want to see the stick on the back of the fan. So I'm going to show you guys one example, and then that will be that. And then I need to get off of here and finish the rest of my orders before someone gets mad at me. Now, you're going to take, so we have 4 pieces that we're going to be working with. So like I said, we have our printable vinyl, our white cardstock, and then our black glitter cardstock. And we have our stick. Now, I got these sticks from Michael's. I don't like just the regular ones, you know, like just the round ones. This one had a little bit of oomph to it, you know, little zigzag, not zigzag, but a little, you know. So what I do is I move this out of my way so I don't get anything that's not supposed to be in the wrong spot. And I did notice that my machine had a little boo-boo. So I'm just going to go ahead and take an X-Acto knife and cut this part off so it can make a straight edge and not be all, you know, rugged. So you're just going to go ahead and peel the backing off the vinyl. Oh boy, I was about to say, I'm gonna be so mad if this is not printable vinyl. So we're just gonna take this off. And the reason behind why I had I did the offset behind this is because if you don't place it correctly on here, you won't be able to tell. So like I said before, I try to work smarter and not harder, and I don't like going back and fixing stuff because I don't like wasting material. So you're literally going to just place it. Let me go down here. You're going to place it right on your cardstock and make sure you place it right as you can get. And I did not do that right. So let me take this off if I can get it off. Hopefully it lets me. Nope. All right, so we're going to leave that alone. I'm going to go back and do another one of those. Okay, so we're going to take our cardstock, and this one kind of messed up a little bit. So I'm just going to take my X-Acto knife and then just cut off that little piece. And then what we're going to do is we are going to take one of our printable vinyls. I'm glad I showed you guys that I messed that up so that way you guys don't mess up. So learn from me. I always tell my friends, you know what? I'll go ahead and be the guinea pig, okay? I'll go ahead and be the one that y'all can make an example out of. Because I kid you not, it always happens like that. So we're going to take the back off. If we can get it off. There we go. So I'm only going to take it off a little bit because I do not want to mess this up again. So I've already got to do it over, one of them over. So we are going to place it up here like this so I can see where my outline is. And then we are going to press it down there. Okay, and then I'm just gonna roll it out. Just like that. Okay. Now we have that one piece together. So we have our cardstock. Oops. Oh, come on. Our cardstock and our printable vinyl. And of course, I just had to get glue right here, but it's okay because we can get that off. It's just, you know, it's just too late for this. Time is it? It's 9 o'clock. All right, so let me get this out of my way so that way we don't have no issues nowhere. All right, so we got our cardstock and our printable vinyl on this piece right here. And so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our glitter piece and our stick, and we are gonna put this in between. So we have the cardstock, stick, and then this. So make sure you put your stick exactly where you want it to be, okay? So I want mine. Okay, so so this little hump right here, I usually stop right there because I want the stick to be a little bit longer because you don't know the size of people's hands. So I go from the top to like a little bit more than that mid hump. So I'm just going to put some glue here and then turn it this way. And make sure it's in the middle. And then I'm going to put more glue here. And try not to go too far down so you don't see the glue on the stick, okay? Even if you do, you can easily take it off. And then you want to put it here. And then you can feel how hot it is, so just let it cool down and let it set. And so while it's doing that, I come over here to make sure it's lined up right, because after it's down. So I like to press on the glue, the hot glue, so that way it spreads all around. I notice it actually holds down a lot better too when I do that. So while that's doing that, I'm going to come over here to this side where it says congrats. And I'm just going to go around. Hush, cat. And try not to get all this glue everywhere. Kind of hard to do. And so then like I said, I like to press on it. So that way it gives you more coverage. And even though you see a little glue there, once it dries, you can easily just like peel it off. And it won't mess up the glitter either, because I've had it on one of my other ones and it came off super easy. Okay, and so let me see, I need some more glue. So then I'm going to come back down here to where the stick is, and I just go right underneath it and add some glue. I like to put it here so that way it's like the stick holds down just a little bit better. I hate that this thing be getting all over the place. But like I said, it does come off, so don't worry about it if you happen to get it a little bit over. At first I was all worried. I was like, oh my God, now I got glue over here. But once it dries, you can take like a little X-Acto knife and then kind of just scrape it off. So it peels right off. So let me get that little piece off. You know how you gotta clean up them edges. And just try your hardest not to scrape too hard if you do get a little bit of glue over, so that way you don't mess up and take the, you know, a piece of the glitter off. And if you happen to, you can easily just fill that little, a little hole that's missing of glitter with like a permanent marker if you have to. Chances are you won't have to, but just in case. So I'm going to go over here under on this side. And then just pat it down so that way it sticks. And then I'm going to come over here. So I don't go in the middle of this thing. I just come around this border. I'll be so focused on the border because I don't like any edges coming up, because the last thing you want your customer to do is to call you and be like, it's coming up, and they don't have no hot glue. So keep that in mind. And just make sure, you know, like when you're patting it down, that you don't have any glue on your hands, because you will not be able to wipe this off. And that's one of the things that I did like about the other way that I did it, is that you can be a little bit more loose with it, because if you do happen to get glue on anything, you can easily just wipe it off because that has that laminate over it. So you just want to go around the rest of it. And it's a little thin up here, so make sure when you do little parts like that, you only use a little bit of glue, because you do not want that glue hanging all over. So I'm only going to put like a little dab of it here. It was a nice little thin line. And then I'm just going to spread it out. Take that little piece of glue off. And then this side is fine. Ooh. And so there you have it. So I like it like this because it makes it a lot heavier for me. And it makes me feel a little bit secure. Well, not even a little bit, a lot more secure when I know people have these fans, because I sit up here and play with them and move them all around and stuff and make sure they don't flop off. Because I'm telling you, the last thing you want is for somebody to come leave you a review and be like, that was cheap. I didn't like it. It fell apart. I mean, chances are it's probably going to fall apart after some time anyway, like any other type of products. But you don't want it to do it while the person is at graduation yelling and waving the fan and, you know, trying to be all in the mood, and you mess up their little program. So that is how I do them. This is how the back looks. Like I said, the stick is in between the printable vinyl and the cardstock. And this is how they are. So this is all for me today. I just wanted to show you how I make these graduation fans. It's super quick, super easy. It literally only takes you about like, I don't know, like 2 minutes to do one. And aside from messing up like I did, so don't do that. So yeah, so super quick, super easy, and it's still time. You guys still have time to make graduation stuff. I'm telling you, people are still ordering from me. If I put something new on my website right now and post it on my website or on Facebook or Instagram, I guarantee you somebody's going to order something. So don't think it's too late. People are still graduating in June. You got a couple of days to learn something new. So here are the fans. You guys, good luck. Have fun. This is made in Canva. Print it out, print and cut in Silhouette, or you can print and cut in Cricut. And as always, all of my supplies are going to be listed in the description. Make sure you like, comment, share. Leave me a comment. Let me know what else you want to see me make. And like I said, with me, you'll always get transparency. You'll always see my mess ups. You'll always see how I fix it. And yeah, that's just me. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.